She was crowned Miss Rwanda 2014, and after she was crowned, she was able to pursue her studies in France and doing digital marketing, where she's been able to get her bachelor's degree, and she'll be graduating in her master's next year. Besides doing digital marketing, but she's also doing fashion in the country. Now here with me is Miss Rwanda 2014, AKIWACU Colombe. Welcome to our news bulletin.
Thank you for having me, Friday James.
I appreciate it. Now, after being crowned Miss Rwanda 2014, you went ahead and pursued your education, and besides that, you also were involved in fashion. Now, we know France is one of the countries that has a very high ranking when it comes to fashion in Europe. Yes. How were you recognized as an African, as a Rwandan, in that big market?
Actually, it was very hard at the first moment, but I had to fight because I knew what I wanted to achieve. And then I had to do my portfolio. I had to get like so many people who told me that I was not fitting into like their box of models. But then at the end, after getting like probably 10 people who refused to get me into their agencies. So
you tried 10 times and
yes.
You were rejected?
Even more, I guess. Yeah. Yes, I was rejected. But then I finally found like the agency that was like willing to work with me. Yeah.
So how did you combine school and fashion in such a demanding environment?
It's actually hard, but then it just requires to get to be able to manage your time and to prioritize what you want to get and what you want to achieve. So I just do it after my studies, and I just try to manage it because I really want it, and I want both of them to be able
to like, work basically.
Yeah,
so
to work, yeah.
you want to be a digital marketer, and you want to be a model as well, and you want to succeed at both fronts, of which I believe you're actually succeeding at.
Yes, I believe I can do it.
Interesting. Now, what are some of the big fashion houses you've been working with in France?
Actually, I've worked with some of them, like Giorgio Armani, like Christian Dior, and
you can say it in French, Christian
Dior. Voilà.
Yeah, no problem.
Christian Dior and Muriel Kabil, she's a fashion designer as well, and Yves Saint Laurent. Yeah.
Interesting.
So far.
No problem. So that sounds really good. Now, you've been studying and doing fashion, but were you thinking about home? What have you been able to do back home? Especially when it comes to empowering young girls who look up to you like, oh yeah, she's making it in France. She's doing big things, and she was once Miss Rwanda pageant. How do you inspire them, and how do you follow up?
I always look of doing something which can help others as well. So I managed to carry a project of helping genocide survivors back in Rwanda, Ghana. And where
I remember it was one of the projects that you said you were going to actually implement after your crown Miss Rwanda 2014.
Yes, exactly. So I've been carrying that project. Is about building houses for genocide survivors.
Wow.
So those 2 houses are built now, and I still have 2 weeks to be able to deliver them to the 4 women who are really in need of those 2 houses.
All right. So it's basically
yes.
a household, a family, and you're giving them houses. And it was one of your projects after Miss Rwanda, right?
Yes, exactly.
Interesting. So how are the houses, like what's happening to them? What's missing in 2 weeks? They're going to be launched?
Yes, actually the houses are built right now. They're modernized.
What kind of house? Yeah, how modern are they?
Yes, we have everything inside. It means we have toilets inside, we have bathroom inside, we have the kitchen inside, we have everything inside in order to help them, to facilitate them, because they're very old, if I can say that, yes. And we just wanted something which was going to help them, to facilitate them in their daily life. So the houses are modernized, but I still have some work that I needed to be done so that I can deliver.
What kind of work are you talking about?
Like connecting water, because everything is inside, so we need water in those houses, and as well we need furniture, because they're not going to sleep
Yeah, on the floor.
Yeah, on the floor.
True, true.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So, will that be done in the next 2 weeks that you're here?
I'm crossing my fingers and I'm working hard to get people who can get involved to help me to deliver that.
To finalize the houses and be able to give them. Yeah, so
exactly.
if anybody definitely wants to contribute to her project of providing and equipping these houses and also accessing water to these houses, you can reach out to Colombe via social media, and she's everywhere to be found so that she can finish this project that she has long, for long had on her heart and mind. Now, as we conclude, what message would you give to young girls who are pursuing a fashion career, but young girls in general who need to move out of their cocoon and be able to achieve something for themselves and also be able to connect with the communities and the societies and, run projects that impact various people?
I would like to tell our young generation that there is nothing which is easy. Probably we might see people who are up there and then we think probably it's easy for them, but actually everyone is fighting for to achieve what are their dreams.
Yes.
So we have to fight and we have to pursue, because that's what is needed to get there actually. So stay strong and never walk alone. You just try to work together and to lift others actually.
Amazing. Yeah. So work together to lift others. Now, this is AKIWACU Colombe, and we thank you so much for your time here on our news bulletin.